welcome.
Yeah. Cheers to 2022.
Cheers. What do we have here, Abby?
We have a half drink, non-alcoholic beverage.
Mine's like 3/4.
Yes.
Drink.
It's very yummy, so I was sipping on it ahead of time. But it is in honor of people that either don't drink, are doing sober January, or trying to work on their fitness, New Year's resolution goals, whatever. It's cranberry juice and ginger ale with
Yummy.
a little garnish. to
With a
make
little
it festive.
mint and a little
Yes.
strawberry and lime. Awesome. It's so pretty,
Well,
and it looks very festive.
Anything you put is just better in a martini glass.
I
It could be
agree.
water, but
I agree.
yeah. So cheers to 2022. Hope yours is off to a good one.
It is. Thank you.
Good.
Yours?
Very good. Can't complain.
Awesome.
Just staying warm. We've got unseasonably cold temperatures this January here in Georgia, but
We
I love
really
it.
do.
I
Yeah, she likes the cold, and I'm like, give me 72.
If only it would snow.
Give me San Diego weather.
I mean, I could go for that.
Yeah,
too,
Oh, so do you want to talk about some homeowner tips
but
for
I
the
think
new
we
year?
should. It's the time of year where people are inspired to clean out and do some stuff. So
That's
tell
right.
us some tips.
Well, so I think January is a great time to kind of go through the house and look for things that you know have been wrong. Squeaky doors, touch up paint, maybe something needs to be caulked, little things that can be a little annoyances, but if you get it all knocked out at the beginning of the year, man, that house sure does look good. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Keep longer to enjoy it
That's
throughout
right.
the year.
That's right. Talking about some repairs, adding smart features. If you've considered it, January might be a good time, like after the holidays, to do that. I know we put in a new Nest thermostat. I've had a lot of fun with that.
That's nice.
Yeah. How about you? Do you have anything like that?
I do. We have an Ecobee. It's a lot of fun. It's a war on our phones. We both have the app, and we're both messing with the temperature throughout the day.
Sounds like my husband when we have the Sonos playing, and I'm like, turn it down, turn it up. I want this music. So yeah, it's
Oh,
always a
yes.
lot of fun.
You gotta love smart features these days.
You gotta love them. We need a way to lock out anyone else, right? Be the primary. I'm sure there's a way
Just
to do
gonna
that.
change the Wi-Fi
Yeah,
password
exactly.
in my whole house.
Exactly, that would
Good
work.
luck, Mr. Hood.
So the other thing that really helps is whether you've just bought your home or you've been in it for a while, taking inventory of some of the things that you've done to upgrade your home or update your home. Interior painting, exterior roofs, anything, hot water heaters, new appliances, anything that you can think of, putting a list together. What did you say? Adding the date and maybe the approximate cost of that
I
item?
think that's very helpful.
Yeah.
Especially when you go to sell the house.
It's a great
helpful us to
tool for
market.
us to help. It really is. So it's something that we love to see our sellers do and take a little time to think about it, because as you start thinking about it, you're actually probably going to go, oh, but I did this and I did that. So it's amazing what you can come up with, and it really shows pride of homeownership for a buyer that's potentially looking at your home. So,
Right. And it's good just to look back on if you're like, how old is the roof?
Exactly. Because we always think we just replaced it last year, and then
Right.
realize it was
It was not last year.
It was
6 years ago.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Another tip that I have is if you are thinking of selling your home sometime this year, even if it's June or September, whenever, it's never too early to give us a call and have us come over and meet with you, see your home. Maybe we've seen it in the past, maybe you've done some improvements, maybe we've never been there. Either way, we would take a look through it and give you suggestions if there's anything we feel like you should do prior to listing it.
Absolutely.
Plenty of time to get those things done.
Yep.
Because-
Whether it's paint, maybe you're thinking of painting something, and maybe, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a great color, but a gold, maybe that isn't as in as it once was. So we can definitely give you some of the tips on what buyers are looking for in the marketplace today. So
Absolutely, and that way you won't run into us having to delay your listing or not having it ready in time, because contractors are staying very busy.
they are busy.
So gives
They
you
are.
plenty of time to knock out those improvements that you may need to do.
Yep.
So speaking of listing this year, I've got a few projections for 2022 that we pulled from Forbes. These came from some of the top people in the real estate industry, such as the chief economist for NAR, the National Association of Realtors, the president of the Home Builders Association, different
People in the know.
Right, people, not just us, not people just making up stuff. These
I mean, we know, but
we know, but
we know.
these are serious people. So I'm just going to run through these quickly. So 30-year fixed mortgage rates are already rising, and they are expected to continue to rise throughout the year. Some projections say that we might see them as high as 3.7 to 4% by this fall and late into the end of 2022.
And that's quite an increase from where we've been, maybe at the 2.75
Right.
range to 3. So
it can definitely make a difference on your monthly mortgage payment if your rate were to rise almost a full percentage.
yeah,
So, not trying to pressure sales or anything, but if you are in the market, sooner is better than later as far as locking in that low interest rate.
good to know.
Yes, some good news. Home sales are continued to increase. A rate of 6.6% increase this year in home sales. That's great news.
Great news.
Home prices are continuing to rise, projected to be another 2.9%, which is actually lower than what we've seen the annual percentage rise be over 2020 and 2021. But it just shows that maybe the market is starting to balance a slight bit. It's good news for buyers, actually, if prices don't continue to increase at the crazy rates. Let's see, single family first-time home buyers, millennials are buying. Expected to increase by 5% in 2022. So, it's interesting because millennials are now in their 30s and 40s.
They're not. Yeah, you're finally getting up there.
We're finally growing up.
Adulting, they call it.
We're adulting, but it's still we're still the largest home buying group, and most first-time home buyers are in that range. A reason that millennials are buying is because rents are projected to continue to rise. 7.1% this year is the projection. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Rents are already high.
Yeah.
So if you're renting and you're wanting to buy, give us a call. Let's talk about your options. Because that's too much to be paying in rent. Also, rentals are hard to come by.
Hard to come by in this market. Gosh, yeah. If you're thinking that you're going to be needing to rent, it's a tough one. And reach out to us. Sometimes we hear of things that come available, but it's not going to be like, oh, I'll just get an apartment. Even apartments,
they're building them like crazy, but they're all full.
They're all full.
Who's living in these places?
And they're priced high. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
The flip side is if you are thinking of dabbling in investing, this might be a great time to buy a rental property and charge an arm and a leg for rent.
That's right.
Income projections are projected to increase 3.3%. That's great news. That shows that the job market is stable. We're also seeing continuation of workplace flexibility, where many bosses are allowing people to work from home or maybe requiring people to work from home still.
Yeah.
So that allows buyers to move to the suburbs or move to places that they would prefer to live, as opposed to having to focus their search on being close to work. So we've seen that a lot.
We've seen that a whole lot. And
The
then
suburbs are crowded now.
Yeah.
It's true. Prices are, very affordable in the suburbs, but we are seeing inventory issues because of all the people wanting to move out and have a yard and not be in the city. Let's see. Lack of inventory will continue to remain our biggest hurdle. We will see some of that alleviating due to forbearance on foreclosures being removed. So, unfortunately, some people are probably getting foreclosed on pretty soon or needing to sell, short sale, whatever. That will potentially help the inventory issues. Some mixed reviews on new construction. Some people project that it will not be able to keep up with demand. Others say that it will be booming. Either way, it's going to be busy. We may still see some supply chain issues, some labor shortage issues. Those are the main hurdles for new construction right now. Otherwise, they'll be building as fast as they can. Construction costs are up 19%. It's expensive to buy new construction. However, you do pretty much have the opportunity to pick what you want
Correct.
to a degree. So
Yeah. To a degree. Pick what you want, sort of.
yeah, pick what you want from a very short list of,
Yes.
of options.
Yeah.
Depends on who you're building with. But again, we're both very experienced with selling new construction and would be happy to talk to you about what your options are. Otherwise, we're expecting to see a drop in refis. It doesn't really make sense to refi if the rates are going up. If you still have a higher rate than a 3, you may want to refi really quickly.
Quickly refi before the rates jump. So
Exactly.
I felt like everybody jumped on that bandwagon, but you never know. There could be somebody that just wasn't able to at the time. So if you're in that grouping, let us know. We've got several good lenders that we can
Absolutely.
reach out to. So.
And then the luxury market. So that market has been a little bit slower the last couple of years, but they are projecting that it will be very busy and booming in 2022. A lot of foreign investors invest in the United States luxury market,
Right.
and they are ready to start buying again. They're ready to start bringing their money back to the United States. So that's good news for that market.
Yeah.
And in general, I feel like all of this is good news for our
Still a strong
buyers
market.
and sellers.
Yep.
Yes, still a
Strong
very
market.
strong market. Still a great time to buy or sell. So
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Abby. That's like a
Yes.
whole ball of wax right there.
I feel like I just wrote a Forbes article instead I just read it.
So, we'll
Well,
talk about
Anything new and exciting going on?
yeah, let me show you this nifty little container.
I can't wait to see it.
I know.
What is it?
I just think it's so cute.
Oh, wow.
It's a little
It's very
heavy.
heavy.
It's heavy
Oh,
because
wow.
it's full. It's called the Battery Daddy. You can pick this lovely little thing up at Lowe's or Home Depot. Actually, I think I got this one at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh, nice.
My
Cute little
hubby,
case.
my hubby thought it was a very neat little gift. He likes gifts that are really useful. So this is what we got. It has room for every kind of size battery, 9-volt even, D's, triple A's. But the cool thing about it, I don't know if you can see it. So it holds them on both sides, this side and on this side, because double A's always, and triple A's, you kind of need those. You need a bunch of them, so it allows you to have that. But the nifty part is it has a voltage meter in here. So,
wow.
so when you wonder if your old battery's still good and maybe only one battery's dead and you don't, this is so cool. It pops out, you can put the battery right in there and it gives you, green, yellow, or red. So,
wow.
toss it or leave it. But this nifty little thing just takes up a little tiny bit of storage. Mine were laying all over the place on the shelf, every kind of container, especially because, I'm going to put a plug in. Costco always has, they'll run a sale on their batteries, but then you've got just stacks of them.
Right.
So this is a neat little thing. There you go.
That is very handy. I
Ooh,
like that.
You like it?
Yeah.
Mr. Hood might like one.
Maybe so. Too bad. Christmas is
Christmas
coming
is
on.
coming on.
Maybe next year.
Might have to be
Or
the
maybe-
Easter bunny.
Maybe his birthday. Who knows?
Okay, well that's my something new. Whew. Oh, is it my turn again?
It is.
Oh,
I think you were going to tell us about some coffee shop you found.
I was going to tell you about the Lazy Labrador coffee shop that
I like
has
the name.
just opened up. I thought you would. It's just opened up in Kennesaw on Cherokee Street. This was a couple that retired and decided they wanted to get involved with the community. They're offering a wonderful product, coffee. I mean, who doesn't love them
It
some
is
coffee? I mean,
wonderful.
next to this, I mean, it's coffee. It's coffee.
Yeah.
And they also wanted to kind of get involved with the community. And so they partner with Mostly Mutts, which is
Aw.
such a wonderful organization, I guess.
Right.
And then also the Atlanta Lab Rescue. Who doesn't
Aw,
love that?
near and
right?
dear to my
Near
heart.
and dear to yours, that's right. And they also, being close to KSU, they get a lot of students, so they partner with the Music and Art Department, which I think is so cool at KSU. Kennesaw State University, for those of you that are not from the area and don't know what that is, but it's one of our universities here. And they also partner with the Muscular Dystrophy Association, as their son has this disease. So they really try to give back,
Sounds
be
like it.
involved. And I hope y'all will try it. They also have a nifty little fenced-in mini dog park.
Oh, so it's dog friendly.
It's dog friendly.
Take your Poochie and get a cappuccino.
That's right. And they say don't forget to say hi to Kirby, which is their lab. So they've had several labs over the years, and they're a lab family, and that's how they came up with the
Aw.
name. So I hope y'all will try that out.
Lou and I will take a field trip.
Yes, yes. Other than that, there's a lot. There's not that much, I guess I should say, in January going on. We always
Right.
like to give things, but it's so cold. I mean, maybe just take a walk outside and bundle up. I don't know.
Clean your closet out.
Clean your closet out. You know, do those repairs we talked about. Just saying.
That'll keep you busy.
WD-40 around the house. It works amazing to get those squeaks out. There is a little, if you have an interest in trains, there is an exhibit called Trains, Trains, Trains coming to the Southern Museum. It's Saturday the 29th and Sunday the 30th. They'll have crafts, operating trains, and tips for building your at-home layout.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are you going to build one?
We have 2 trains.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's true. And my little guy, who's not so little anymore, always loved Thomas the Tank Engine, so it was all about trains. Although my basement is not finished, we are not going to put that train up right now. Have y'all ever seen these trains? They take up a lot of space. But anyways,
They're very neat.
yeah, they're really cool. They're neat. They smoke. They do things. So if you have an interest or you have a little one, this would be so fun for them. The Southern Museum is also home to the General, which played a big part in the Civil War, the famous locomotive. So go
brush up on my Civil War history.
go
Not
give
familiar with the general.
go give that one a tour.
I'm gonna let you handle that. You can report back.
Report back.
I'll just stay home and watch planes, trains, and automobiles.
There you go. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. All
Oh, my
right.
goodness.
Well, thank you for those fun and exciting events.
You're
and
welcome.
places
Hey,
to try.
thank you for this. What was this called again? Was this our fancy drink? What did you say?
We'll call it a fancy
Fancy
drink. Yes.
drink. Mhm.
My niece and nephew always ask for these at the holidays when the rest of us are, drinking wine or whatever with our Thanksgiving dinner.
So cute.
They ask for a fancy drink.
Fancy drink. Well,
That's what we'll
you gotta
call
love
it. Any funny real estate stories?
There's always something. I don't know if it's always funny, but
Yeah, I feel like I have
sometimes
some
we want
sad
to
real
cry.
estate
Sometimes we want to cry. But then we just drink coffee or depending, fancy drinks, but with alcohol.
Yes. Speaking of not funny, sad real estate stories, if you find yourself in a situation where you wrote an offer and it was not accepted, try to be the backup offer. There is
Absolutely.
a form that your agent, or if we're your agent, we can fill out, the sellers can sign, and it makes you the official backup offer. So if that first offer falls apart for some reason, you're
You
next in
automatically
line.
slide right in. No
Yeah.
ifs, ands, or buts. It's yours, right? So
Exactly. I've had it work a few times recently.
that is
So
awesome.
it is awesome. So that would be my final tip for
Final
today is if you can't be the bride, try to be the maid of honor.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. That was
Well,
probably a bad analogy.
Sounded good to me. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for watching us. Thanks for supporting us.
Once I spilled my drink down.
She had a hole in her lip. Cheers. We wish you all
Cheers.
the best in 2022.
Yes. Stay positive and test negative.
Yes. Amen.
Cheers. Amen.